Senate Consumer Protection meeting, and we will first consider the nomination of Andrew Place, nominated by the governor to serve as a commissioner on the Public Utility Commissioner. Mr. Place is being introduced by Senator Bartolotta. So I would ask that Senator Bartolotta and Mr. Place please step up to the center desk. And Senator Bartolotta, you can do your introduction.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I'm here today to introduce Andrew Place, who has been nominated to serve as commissioner on the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission. Mr. Place, a resident in my district, a resident of Greene County in Waynesburg, is corporate director for energy and environmental policy at EQT Corporation, a position he has held since March of 2011. Prior to this position, he spent 18 months with the State Department of Environmental Protection as Deputy Secretary, first as Special Assistant for Energy and Climate Change, and second as Acting Deputy Secretary for the Office of Energy and Technology Development. Before working at the DEP, Mr. Place served as a research fellow at Carnegie Mellon University's Department of Engineering and Public Policy. While remaining in his position with EQT, Mr. Place accepted the role of Interim Executive Director at the Center for Sustainable Shale Development in 2012. His role has been to raise awareness for the Center's work while supporting continued consensus for the Center's performance standards and certification of those standards. He holds a bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Pittsburgh and a master's degree in public policy and management from Carnegie Mellon University. Mr. Place also owns and operates a 210-acre farm in Greene County. Through his diverse background and experience, Mr. Place has developed a strong understanding of how to strike the right balance between the energy needs of the country with responsible environmental stewardship and protection. No doubt he is certainly the right mix of energy proponent and environmentalist for this position. I'm confident he will help to ensure the Commonwealth's energy resources and continue to benefit all Pennsylvanians. I strongly ask the committee to cast an affirmative vote in support of Mr. Place's nomination to the PUC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator. And I understand you have some other commitments, and we will allow you to move on, and we'll swear in Mr. Place and begin his testimony. Mr. Place, will you please rise and raise your hand and be sworn? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. You may be seated, and you may begin.
Good morning. Chairman Tomlinson, Chair Boscola, and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. I also would like to thank Senator Bartolotta for her support, in whose district I am proud to call home, as well as all of the members of the Senate who I've had the pleasure of meeting throughout this process. Additionally, I appreciate the support of Vice Chairman Coleman and Commissioner Whitmer, who are here this morning, along with the hospitality and support of Chairman Brown, who was unable to be here today because of prior commitment. It is an honor to be nominated to serve on the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission by Governor Wolf. I'm immensely grateful for the support of my family, the broad community of colleagues who shape my perspectives, as well as the innumerable courageous and inspiring individuals who I've had the privilege to know, people like my late sister Fiona, who shaped the person I am today and hope to be. I earned my bachelor's degree in economics with a concentration in mathematics from the University of Pittsburgh, as Senator Bartolotta noted, and my master's in public policy and management from Carnegie Mellon University. Prior to my current position, I was a research fellow at Carnegie Mellon University in the Department of Engineering and Public Policy. This work was split funded between the university and the Department of Energy's National Energy Technology Lab, which focused on a forward-looking analysis of energy economics and technology potential for electricity generation. As a consequence of this work, I was asked to advise on these issues in Pennsylvania's Department of Environmental Protection and ultimately spent 18 months doing so. I currently serve, as Senator Bartolotta noted, as Corporate Director for Energy and Environmental Policy for EQT Corporation. With its origins in the late 19th century and headquartered in Pittsburgh, EQT is one of the largest natural gas producers in the Appalachian Basin, with a staff complement of 1,750, 2014 production of 488 billion cubic feet equivalents, 9,100 miles of pipe, and an acreage base of 3.4 million acres across 6 states. My work is focused on the economic, social, and environmental balance necessary for wise and prudent energy policy choices. That is, understanding and mitigating risk and characterizing the costs and benefits of the range of possible energy policy choices. Perhaps of particular note to EQT has been my role in establishing the Center for Sustainable Shale Development. This work, a collaborative among industry, environmental organizations, and the foundation community, established a set of leading-edge practices, not regulation, to address and mitigate potential risks of unconventional natural gas development in the Appalachian Basin. This balanced, consensus-driven approach is of substantive value both to the corporation's operations, our social license to operate, as well as to the communities in which we operate. My policy work notwithstanding, I am deeply committed also to my family's farm in Greene County. Living in Greene assures I'm grounded not only in the extraordinary beauty and legacies of the Commonwealth, but also by the challenges and opportunities with which its citizens contend. In that regard, my nomination brings additional geographic diversity to the Commission. I forthrightly will represent the broad interests of the constituents of the Commonwealth, and my door will always be open to you and to anyone who wishes to further the mission of the PUC. However, I also expect to bring the benefits of additional regional connectivity to the Commission, with the goal to enhance the PUC's presence in the West, to educate consumers, and be informed by the region's unique resources. As I've outlined, I bring broad qualifications to this nomination: Energy and Environmental Policy Director based in Pittsburgh, family farmer in Greene County, former acting Deputy Secretary of the Department of Environmental Protection, and my work at Carnegie Mellon. I believe these diverse experiences prepare me well to serve as Public Utility Commissioner. The Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission has a broad and challenging mandate, and I quote, balance the needs of consumers and utilities, ensure the safe and reliable utility service at reasonable rates, protect the public interest, educate consumers to make independent and informed utility choices, further economic development, and foster new technologies and competitive markets in an environmentally sound manner. The consistent theme carried throughout my portfolio of work is a commitment to this required balance in quantitative analysis and consensus building. The work of the PUC touches everyone and everything in Pennsylvania. I approach this responsibility with the deepest commitment. Many challenges and opportunities require the attention of the Commission, supporting the prudent development of diverse energy sources and energy efficiency, ensuring that reliability and affordability for consumers are addressed in ongoing discussions about the Clean Power Plan, enhancing Pennsylvania's critical utility infrastructure, ensuring our commitment to rail safety and other utility security issues, and bolstering competitive markets for energy, telecom, and transportation services. I recognize and respect that the General Assembly passes laws and policies, which the PUC then implements and adjudicates. I further recognize that I'm one of 5 commissioners at an independent agency. I will be an unassailably independent voice on the Commission, while ensuring collegiality with my 4 colleagues, as is also true of my predecessor, Jim Cawley. Finally, I pledge to be a resource for all members of the General Assembly and to your constituents. While preparing these remarks, I read fellow Western Pennsylvanian Governor Thornburg's 1983 inaugural address. He saw a Pennsylvania where the scope for new jobs and industry matches the breadth of talents and skills of our diverse people. The prospects for growth and opportunity equal the power of our resources. The dreams and hopes of the future are as great as the pride of our past, and the character of its leaders reflect the compassion and wisdom of its people. That is an ideal of the past, present, and future I would be honored to serve. Thank you again for your time and the opportunity to appear before you today. I'm at your service for any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Do we have any questions for Mr. Place? No? Senator Wozniak.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yes, certainly do appreciate having a PUC member from Western Pennsylvania. I have some land in Somerset. They've done some seismic testing. You weren't fortunate to have on your farm any gas wells, do you?
There's 3 within 1.3 miles of my property. The gas was deeded off in 1899. So.
Very good. But the reason that I brought it up is because I come from coal country, and I think once people get further away from the coal country, they don't realize how much of impact those coal-fired power plants, the employment the coal miners and truck drivers have. And I know that we're never going to see a new coal-fired power plant built. I doubt it. But I just want to convey whatever we can do to keep the ones that we have now up and running. And I know that battles with the EPA, but I guess the PUC will have some factor in there. I just want to throw out my concern that I want to share that 40% of our energy still comes from coal, and we have to be cognizant of that.
Yeah, certainly well taken. And not only, as I live in Greene, and coal is critically important to that region, and my work at Carnegie Mellon, which was focused on coal issues, as you noted, coal is going to, will continue to be a very important resource for utility generation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. At this time, we'll call the roll to establish a quorum.
Excuse me, Senator Baker. Senator Boscola. Aye. Senator Farnese. Here. Senator Gordner. Here. Senator Greenlee.
Proxy.
Senator Haywood. Senator Pileggi.
Proxy.
Senator Rafferty. Here. Senator Scavello. Yes. Senator Vance.
Proxy.
Senator Wozniak.
Here.
Senator Udicek. Proxy. Senator Tomlinson.
Here.
Senator Scarnati.
Proxy. Having a quorum present, may I have a motion to recommend that the Senate confirm Mr. Place as a Commissioner of the Public Utility and pass this on to the Senate. Moved by Senator Scavella, seconded by Senator Boscola. Any negative votes? Seeing no negative votes, your nomination moves from the committee to the full Senate with a positive recommendation. Thank you, Mr. Place.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.